vape runs and sold my vapes. I just wore a mask. What's fucking good? We're back. It's me, Chris, and Steve Jobs again. We're gonna talk about the best fucking Spider-Man. And if you don't watch Spider-Man, then you're a dork. Fucking certified loser. Certified L walking around. You're a fucking
That's a whale
lame.
penis for those who don't know the actual term.
What? A dork?
Yeah.
Is it actually?
Yes,
What?
Like a whale penis?
a whale dick.
Damn.
The amount of wisdom you have, my good man, baffles me every day.
You call him stupid?
No.
I've never fucking known that.
I've told a couple people that I have just like random facts that you like nobody ever gives a shit
Hit
about.
us with some. Go.
Fuck that. I'd have to think about something.
Did you know the human anus can fit 2 raccoons?
You're lying.
No, because the asshole can stretch up to 8 inches.
Yes, sir.
And something like a raccoon can fit in a hole like 4 inches, I believe it is. So you could fit 2 raccoons in your ass. If you're ever in the neighborhood of a couple raccoons and you feel like putting a couple things in the dirty pocket.
Did you guys know that?
I bet you did.
We found a water pocket on Mars.
Oh, yeah, that's true. You see that space thing? That hut they found on the moon that China's traveling to?
No.
It's a hut-like structure and it was like probably a month ago now. But it's going to take 52 days for them to get a clear picture of what it is. Yeah, it's fucking wild.
I don't know why I brought up the Mars thing. I was just thinking about that.
All right. Ooh. Who's the best Spider-Man? Let's hear it.
Tom Holland.
Tobey Maguire.
Tobey Maguire?
Yes, sir.
Andrew Garfield. 3 different opinions.
I don't want to go first.
Let me hear it. Let me hear
all
it.
right, so
Not too
you haven't seen the new movie.
No, I haven't. Not the newest one. No.
So your opinion isn't fully formulated.
2 movies is good enough for me to form.
No,
an
it's
opinion.
not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
It's a trilogy. There's character arcs.
So you're telling me you haven't seen Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man?
No, I have.
Okay, and have you seen Tom Holland's Spider-Man?
The first 2.
You haven't seen the third. Oh no, this is the third. Yeah, you haven't seen the third one.
No.
I feel that you should really see the third one before having a heated debate. Or heated discussion, I should say.
I'm not saying you can't be in the discussion.
Andrew Garfield only had 2 movies and he sealed.
Because he only deserves 2 movies.
No.
Yes, he only.
No.
Fuck all make him the Amazing Spider-Man 3. No.
Now
Don't
I did
deserve it.
I did rewatch all of the Spider-Man movies,
I have too. In
and
the past week.
I got through Tobey Maguire's trilogy very easy. I feel like they're very easy setup movies. Now the Amazing Spider-Man movies are meant to be like more, like they're meant to be better, deeper, more brooding.
Yeah.
Andrew Garfield is a very good actor and
Yup.
he cared a lot.
Yo.
He was a really good Spider-Man. They did not set up the movies well. He wasn't set up for success. And I couldn't get through The Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Really?
I didn't even watch it.
I tried.
So
I remember
you can't form an opinion on it either.
There's a reason why I didn't watch it.
Maybe
Like
there's
Andrew
a reason why I
Garfield-
watched a new one.
I disliked the Amazing Spider-Man 1 so much that
What did you dislike about
everyone should be lizards.
Yeah, well, we're a lizard. Everyone needs to be a lizard. Oh, I'm a mad guy, so everyone needs to be a lizard.
Okay,
When the
okay,
fucking
okay.
Sandman turned into a sand, he didn't think of, oh, everyone should be sand. He thought, no, my dying daughter needs to be saved, so let's go rob a bank.
Now, I will put this out here. Dr. Connors did nothing wrong. Think about it. He turned himself into a fucking lizard. He's like, oh, dude, being a lizard is cool as shit. So you know what this man does? Instead of saving it for himself like a little bitch, he's like, you know what? I'm going to turn everyone into a badass lizard for free. And then this fucking dipfuck named Andrew Garfield Spider-Man is like, no, not everyone could have healing powers and be a big badass Godzilla man.
That's the stupidest fucking
With
statement
his
ever.
fucking lab-designed webs and shit. And
All I'm
fucking,
saying is Andrew Garfield definitely had the biggest depth.
Let's mix a pot and fucking fuck off with that
He had the
shit.
best depth in the movie and his character.
I'm
And be honest, it was nice to see in Amazing Spider-Man 2 what happened to his parents and the story of his parents and everything that came with it. It rounded out who Spider-Man was himself and why he was why he's with Aunt May and Uncle Ben.
Here's one of my main points that I make. See now, I haven't watched the movie.
Yeah.
I've only seen clips, and the clips that I have saw is that Peter lets his MJ die in The Amazing Spider-Man 2. Gwen.
He does.
He
shits the bed.
He shits the bed.
The only reason is because they obviously weren't made for a third movie. They probably didn't get funding for it. Something had to happen. It had to end.
Or the fans just didn't want it. Why do you think now, after they have seen his performance in it took No Way Home. It took No Way Home to get fans to want The Amazing Spider-Man 3. They didn't want The Amazing Spider-Man 3 after the first two. No.
Yeah.
I didn't spoil anything. I just said how the fans reacted to what.
I just fucking saw a TikTok video, you fucking dicks.
What?
That's your fault.
Somebody No. Yeah, I know.
I didn't
somebody
spoil
spoiled
anything
it on TikTok.
Yeah.
I fucking was scrolling and nobody put a spoiler alert, and I fucking seen something.
It is a spoiler that the other two. Spoiler alert.
Shut up.
Well, I mean,
I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
That was like a fucking.
If you haven't seen it by now, that's not our fault. Spoiler alert. Cut out your ears. I'm gonna put my hands up. You can
hold it.
I
don't want to hear it.
No, you already know.
It was a well-known spoiler.
Yeah,
it was like fucking put out.
I don't want to hear it.
No, okay. The other Spider-Man are in the movie. You just said you knew that.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen it by now, that's your fault. It's been out for what? A week and a half?
2 weeks.
2 weeks. That's
Since
your
the 18th
fault.
of December.
Yes. So, it's really it's not our fault at this point. I don't know if I was gonna go somewhere else with that. So.
Oh fuck.
I forgot where I was going with that.
No. Andrew Garfield had the most depth as Spider-Man. And his whole, like I just said, the second movie rounded out his character and why he was the way he was so well.
Those who have watched Far From Home would completely understand where your argument is not completely valid because you haven't seen the movie.
But also, one thing I'm going to say that separates all these, you got to think of a big time gap in which they were filmed. Maguire was between 02 and 07.
You can tell they're old.
Yeah, you can tell they're old. But the thing is, the way film has changed in general. Because even between the Andrew Garfield, which is 12 and 14, and then Holland 17, 19, and now 21, it's major in the film industry how much has changed.
Not much of a cinematic difference between Garfield and Holland, though.
Yeah, there is.
But if you're comparing Maguire to those two, there's a huge
major
cinematic
difference.
Yeah, but in terms
everything is
right, but in terms of Holland and Garfield, there's really not much. I mean, there's some differences you can point out, but in reality, they're similar.
What didn't do it for me for Tom was, I think, Spider-Man Homecoming, Far From Home wasn't it for me.
When they're in London,
really?
Yeah,
shit?
it wasn't it.
I thought
for
it was
me.
so fucking.
Homecoming was a great entrance, I think, to Tom Holland being Spider-Man.
Well, yeah.
But Homecoming was, not Homecoming. Far From Home was kind of a letdown.
Wow.
It was I don't know. It's just something about it. I thought Mysterio, it was a great implant. It was really, really solid, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But I just feel like the lead up to it just wasn't that interesting. It just wasn't a good film.
I feel like it was so fucking... I was blown away after I watched it. Honestly, the whole shit they did with, the AI robots, altering reality.
Yeah, that's
the way he
fucking
just
sick.
fucked with Tom's mind and he didn't know what's real, that was amazing to me.
I like how Tom relied on his spider senses in that fucking...
That was sick in the bridge part.
Yeah, how
he
just fucking said, fuck this shit, and just... Ping, 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 just fucking...
But I feel like the first 2/3 of that movie weren't it.
There's a lot of character development.
Yeah.
There is, but I think compared to every other Spider-Man, the character development was the least in Tom.
Alright, I'll say this. We need to stop fucking around. Tom Holland's Spider-Man is the most interesting Spider-Man. Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man is the nostalgic, the suit looks really nice. He had all the classic characters. Very simple, straight up Spider-Man. There's a lot of love with that. Tom Holland's Spider-Man is interesting as shit. Just his connections to Iron Man are so fucking cool. I know there's whole shit everything's fucking Stark Tech in the MCU. This bit Mysterio's mad that his machine got called Barf, so now he's a villain. Stark Tech, fuck. But Toby's all of Tom's suits look cool as shit. He gets a new suit every movie, and they all look cooler than the rest.
His black one sucked in Far From Home.
I didn't like the black.
The black one looked goofy. The black monkey.
The black and red is so fucking clean though. The Iron Spider is cool as shit. He's a really good actor. Like, I think we need to, like, stop fucking around. Like, Tom Holland, Spider-Man, especially after Far From Home, the character development he went through with that, you obviously don't know, and I hate that you don't fucking know.
I'm sorry.
But just the character development, like, those who have seen the movie, I'll talk without spoilers, like, the character development he went through the movie, it makes it so he's his own Spider-Man now. Like, he doesn't have to rely on other people the way he did before, where, like, he's not like Iron Boy Jr. anymore. Like, he's just Spider-Man, like, on his own.
Do you think that how they all fell into being Spider-Man, that's where I think Garfield turned into the best Spider-Man. It's how they fell into being Spider-Man. Tobey, great. Like, it was fucking...
Bro got bit by a spider.
Bro got bit by a spider. Like, it is the story. Like, that is Spider-Man. But then you got Garfield. Like I said, there's so much depth in with his father and everything that happened and what concluded and why he was able to complete the end of his movie. It all came around to his father. It was a great fucking story. And yeah, he got bit, but that's also another thing. Tobey, he was able to shoot webs. He got all the powers from that spider. Tom and Andrew, they had shooters.
Right.
Like, they didn't have fucking everything given to them like Tobey did. But I just think the character, like, how Andrew became Spider-Man and how, I don't know, everything rounded up for him to be Spider-Man was a lot better. Like, yeah. What'd Tom do to be Spider-Man? Like,
so here's what I get what you're saying, and there is, like, kind of a hole for Tom's. But I feel like
there's a massive hole. Tom's just there.
I like the way they did that, though, is because we've had Spider-Man's story explained to us twice.
I really like how in Tom's storyline they really kind of... The difference between Tobey's and Tom's is Tobey's in high school, it was like, all right. They kind of rushed through it, but in Tom's, they literally stuck with it, and they fucking... They gave MJ and Tom a relationship to start out with, and they fucking got Ned involved. Yeah. And fucking when Ned first found out that he was Spider-Man, that how he drops the Death Star and shit. That was kind of funny. That was funny as fuck, man.
Tom and MJ's relationship is so much better than Tobey's and his MJ.
I will say that.
I rewatched that trilogy. That shit made me cringe. Tobey's
MJ was
is
cringy.
A whore. She's a dirty whore. She has a new boyfriend every fucking movie.
I don't like it.
It made me cringe.
The hottest one was Gwen Stacy.
Emma Stone. You never guys watch that?
We're talking down on Zendaya now. That's what we're doing.
No, have you ever guys seen that fucking?
No, but Zendaya's not even a comparison.
Oh, the celebrity mean tweets where it was like Emma Stone looks like she smells like cat piss.
Dang, that's not going anywhere.
Like we talk about Aunt May.
Fuck! Aunt May.
Tobey's Aunt May?
Yeah, no. They progressively got better.
Yeah,
I'll say that.
They all got younger.
They all got younger, but Aunt May and Tom Holland Spider-Man, fine.
Bro, Happy Hogan was Happy Hogan.
I think Happy's a great addition.
I love Happy.
Yeah. Okay, that's another thing too.
He fell in perfectly with their storyline of why he's there, but him dating Aunt May, dog.
Yeah. So this is why I think Tom's is even better too, because you're talking about like the development of just like Spider-Man. Like I feel like they did a similar thing with Batman versus Superman, right? They didn't go through the whole Batman story because you've already seen that with Christian Bale's Batman. They did like the beginning. They show his parents dying, like kind of like okay, you already know what happens with Batman. That's kind of what they did for Spider-Man, but they gave him the whole like Iron Man raising him kind of arc. So he's got that whole like Iron Man is like the.
It's beer stuff. Should I answer it?
You can answer. Ask him a question.
Recording a podcast right now.
Yo, dude.
Bod?
Is it recording?
Yeah, you want to answer? Yeah, can I ask you a question?
Favorite Spider-Man?
Hey, who's your favorite Spider-Man?
All right. This is gonna be a little in depth, okay? Listen, I grew up. I was born in 2002, so of course. I'm going to say right now, my Spider-Man's Tobey Maguire.
You're goddamn
this
right it
fucking
is.
Guy.
You know
listen,
what?
No, here we go. Here's the in-depth part. Andrew Garfield has some kick-ass fight scenes.
Thank you.
I did admit that last night. I did say that. I did say that.
Kick-ass fight scenes, and he does show a wide range of emotions.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That was also said earlier.
Yep. However, Tom Holland is the MCU Spider-Man. So, I mean, obviously, story arc-wise, he's going to have the best story. And, he fits the whole, he is a good Spider-Man. So, my ranking is Tobey Maguire, Tom Holland, Andrew Garfield.
That's tough.
But fucking for this shit, that was my ranking, motherfuckers. Yeah. Definitive.
Yep.
You know what? I think you just proved my case right now.
It's almost like
it's almost like we were live streaming. That's what it was.
It's almost like, Kylie, rank your top 3 Spider-Mans.
Wait, what did you say? Rate your top 3 Spider-Man. Who's your top 3 Spider-Man?
Tobey Maguire, Tom Holland.
It's the same fucking thing. It don't matter.
Ask 3. Ask 3.
Andrew Garfield.
Garfield.
All right, like you just said, Tom had the best. I mean, not Tom. Andrew had the great fight scenes and emotional back.
The
behind
cinematography for the Amazing Spider-Man movies is insane.
Thank you,
man.
It is really good.
I actually predicted this earlier.
Like the MCU, self-awareness fits with Spider-Man so much better than Andrew Garfield's.
Listen,
Cameron, shut the fuck up.
Hey, Derek, I can fucking hear you, bitch.
Yep, I ain't going back over there unless I have a fucking, I don't know.
Bedroom?
No, something valuable to bring.
Like a side piece or what?
If that's the case, those are running low. If I had any, which is 0.
Put the camera, not the camera. Put the mic up to this mic that you're talking.
You're already on.
You've been here the whole time.
Somebody hit up my boy Christopher. he's 6'4".
All right, hold up. Hey, can he call you back in 2 minutes?
Yeah.
All right, perfect.
I bet.
All right, I still think Andrew's 100% the best.
I
think Tobey, for nowadays, rewatching them, Tobey's too slow of a character development and too slow of movies in general. He's natural. It's the Spider-Man. I realize that, but he just referenced, it's easy for Tom to be the best Spider-Man. That's because MC, he's in it already. It was made for him.
He is.
You can't compare the 2 regular Spider-Man stories to him. Him starting right out the gate with his Stark internship and all that shit. He's already
he got found by Mr. Stark.
Yeah, but
there's no. Yeah, it's not like he sought out Mr. Stark.
Him losing Iron Man and having to.
I realize that, but even Iron Man being even mentioned,
didn't have to do that.
I know, but being even mentioned in the first, that's already a give me up. That's already oh shit, Stark found this motherfucker. The other ones, they were fucking nerds in school, and they fucking got bit by a spider. That's lit.
Yeah, but he still went through that. It's just that Iron Man made him better. He had the shitty costume, and he was doing all the Spider-Man things in the hoodie and the goggles.
So did Tobey.
Yeah, for a little bit, but not as much as Tom did. And then Tom lost all that shit, and he went back to being the hoodie to fight the Vulture and whatnot, which proves that he doesn't just need Spider-Man. There's that the Spider-Man suit. There's that whole shit. If you're nothing without the suit, then you shouldn't have it.
You can't be
all
Peter.
of that stuff gets explained. The story writing is just super. You can't compare the story writing because obviously Marvel is the Lamborghini of Marvel movies. They're gonna be set up perfectly.
Yeah.
Please.
Okay? That's why I get it why Tobey Maguire's got the nostalgia. The black suit Spider-Man is
best
so
fucking Spider-Man in the goddamn franchise.
Bully Maguire is fucking iconic.
God.
Cinematography and acting. Andrew Garfield is stellar.
Symbiote suit, motherfucker. Hey, and they brought back the same Jonah J. Jameson.
But for Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man, shit villains, story doesn't mesh well.
Mesh well with what, in general?
Andrew Garfield's personality, his Peter Parker, doesn't fit with the dark and brooding vibe they try to get for that Spider-Man. Which is why the movies didn't do great. Now, for Tom Holland's, MCU self-aware, which fits with Peter Parker's like Spider-Man.
Why did they do a Spider-Man 3?
What do you mean?
Why did they do Tom Holland's?
You gotta watch No Way Home, dude.
You have to.
Like I'm sorry.
All of the Spider-Man
it makes everything make sense.
The multiverse is real. I would love if they pursued if they had an active multiverse where you're able to jump in and out. I understand it's not ideal. I would love if they were to explore it more.
Could you imagine Chris Evans as Human Torch coming into the MCU?
I would fucking love that shit.
I would not.
But
everyone's like, Steve Rogers, what the fuck? And he's like, flame on.
Flame on, dude.
Oh.
I give that shit to Falcon, bro.
That'd be
but
so
dude,
dope.
please listen. I don't think this conversation can be
we will
pushed any farther.
We will revisit this.
You have to watch it, dude.
Because then you'll be like,
I'll watch it this week.
Tom Holland is definitely the best.
No, that's never gonna change. If anything, it will just make me still. Tom Holland will still be my last.
You know what you sound like? You
What?
sound like people saying like, "Oh, Tom Brady isn't the GOAT. It's Peyton Manning."
Peyton Manning's not the GOAT.
It's taking.
Exactly.
You got to recognize that Tom Brady is the GOAT.
At this point,
If people don't do that, you're ignorant and you're stupid.
not my GOAT. Like head ass. Like shut up. It's not Drew Brees. You know? Okay. The person who that is directed to knows exactly who I'm talking about when I say it's not fucking Drew Brees.
Recognize greatness.
Anybody that wants to say like Drew, okay, you can say Drew Brees is amazing. You can say Peyton Manning's amazing. You can say Philip Rivers was a great QB. You can go down he was.
You cannot say Philip Rivers is a fucking QB.
No, he go down in 2-3 years. Say Aaron Rodgers retires. Amazing QBs, but nothing will ever compare to Tom.
Better than Phil.
Ever. Nothing will ever compare to Tom.
Aaron Rodgers.
And people
is better
can try
than
to
Phillip
put
Rivers.
it, but at the end of the day, they didn't win 7 Super Bowls.
No.
They didn't have as many passing touchdowns. They didn't have as many anything.
I'll say it right now. I feel like it's gonna be 8.
8?
It'll end
This
with
year?
8. I don't know about this year.
I think they have a
end
solid
with
chance
8.
this year. They did get shut out by the Saints. That was a tough game to watch.
Bro, the Saints practice all year just to beat the Bucks. Once.
But that was the shittiest game I've ever seen. You see Tom Brady smash that tablet, dog?
Aaron,
Bro.
we're gonna win the NFC Championship, brother. Super Bowl this year.
Hell yeah. All right, peace out, guys.